Hey, everybody, and welcome to episode 18 of the AFK Hour Podcast. I'm your host, jlucio, and today we have NABjr
Hey.
and StevieRay.
Hello, everyone.
And the first person up on the docket is going to be NABjr. So what you bring for us, NABjr?
Yeah, so with this upcoming month, it's going to be October. And with October, as we do every year, we have Halloween. But this year, with COVID and all, how do y'all think that's going to go? Like, I know it's technically county by county, state by state, in terms of that. There's some states that are saying, they're not allowing any parties generally, which makes sense. But how do you guys feel about that? Do you think people will still have the parties, or what are y'all doing? Because I know personally, I'm not really doing much in terms of just that section of it. If anything, I'll just be here and maybe watch people that are streaming or something. That's probably gonna be it for me. And I probably won't dress up because we were thinking about doing dressing up, especially for the video series that I'm working on. But we realized that since we're technically recording the episodes ahead, we would be that episode would come out in January or March. So we should have thought this way before this. but yeah, are you guys what are y'all's plans so far?
So, my fiance has been decorating the house like crazy for October already. It's actually one of her favorite times. She loves decorating, and she loves Halloween. Michael Myers is her favorite her favorite scary movie villain, I guess. But yeah, so she's getting all this stuff. I mean, it's been a big debate. So I'm a homeowner, and I'm on Facebook for all of the neighbors and all that. There's a big debate because CDC recommended that kids don't go trick-or-treating, and I don't agree with that because only because it's yeah, I guess you can't guarantee that people who are giving out candy are clean and that are not sick or whatever, because I guess on a meme it was if you can do this, you can do this, where the top panel was somebody giving dry food from a drive-through window, and then the other one was giving kids candy, which isn't a fair comparison because if you work at a fast food joint, you should be clean and sanitized, and you can't guarantee that somebody that you're getting candy from is going to be clean and sanitized. But I mean, I think that kids have suffered a lot this year. I think this should be a good time for them to just kind of, safely, but be able to just, be kids and go get candy. I think our plan is just to have a bowl out and let them do that. I mean, we're not going to actually physically pass them candy. We might say Happy Halloween from the door, but
from the window.
Yeah, from the window. It'll just be me in a Michael Myers mask just tapping on the window with a knife. Happy Halloween, kids. But yeah, that's pretty much our plan, I think.
As for me, I don't really decorate my apartment because, first of all, decorating for me is really expensive, and then also it's very time consuming. And I don't know, I don't want to put down money. I don't even have a fucking house yet. If I have a house, then yeah, sure, maybe I'll go like balls deep into decorating and stuff like that, because I was raised like that. My family decorates for every holiday. But I don't know, I don't think it's worth it for an apartment to decorate that. I have a fucking Christmas tree that's a little mini Christmas tree, and it's there year round. So it's Christmas in my apartment every fucking day of the year. And that's the extent I'll go with decorating. Maybe some scented candles for Christmas or for Thanksgiving. I don't know, but I don't really do much for decorating.
Pumpkin
For
spice candles.
yeah. For dressing up, I think I am gonna dress up for streaming and maybe some videos. No, well, I don't think I am gonna dress up. I just haven't found my costume that I want, so I'm gonna be looking on Google or on Amazon for something I could use for my future streams, or well, technically our future streams.
All right, NABjr, what's Lucio's costume?
Yeah, so I was wondering, are you gonna be a vampire? Are you gonna be a Fortnite? Are you gonna put a unicorn on, or what's going on?
I don't know. I'm gonna look for brown cartoon characters that I could just easily seem into.
Be a luchador.
Yeah, luchador. I don't know.
Just put a mask on, wait. Be Rey Mysterio.
What's Nick's costume now?
I think
Dude, I'm already on costume, bro. I'm already costume.
I want you to do the fucking the despicable meme.
Oh my god,
guy. Again, that guy is spot on
from high school.
Yeah, that's definitely Nick.
Yeah, that guy is a spot on replication of Nick. Like they drew him perfectly in that movie.
How's that guy for high school?
You should totally do that again for a video or some shit. That'd be really cool. But in regards to giving out candy, I typically don't give out candy, and also people don't knock on my door in my apartments for candy. But if I was a homeowner, I think maybe I would give out candy. Even if you drop the bowl off outside, I feel like I would feel responsible if people do get sick, because kids they're grimy and all that stuff. They're just gonna grab and all that stuff.
I'll probably put like a bottle of hand sanitizer and then the bowl too.
Yeah, but even
What
then,
if they take the hand sanitizer?
Yeah, they'll probably yank that shit. But even then, like kids don't really give a fuck, and like they'll just take it, and I don't know, they're not very hygienic.
I know this
Especially
is
the
very
younger
unethical, like not really a thing you do, but you could also construct something that says stand here, and then you put an X, and then there's some other thing that shoots the candy at the kid. Like a machine that just reloads itself and then shoots the candy at the person standing at X position. And there it's safe. Nobody touches it, it just shoots it. Motion censored.
But what I have seen, like,
shoot it inside your mouth.
But the things I have seen online is that people are building contraptions where it's like a PVC pipe all the way from the door to like the driveway or the porch or wherever the fuck they want it to be, and they just drop candy and the kids just like grab it from the pipe. And I think that's pretty cool. Like if I was a homeowner and I had money and I was gonna do that shit, then I guess I'll do it. Like I'll construct it and just do that for this Halloween.
It just sounds like tranzas. Like you drop it, like when they drop, like they make the weed drops or whatever. I forgot what show it was, but they put it in the storm drain. And then it comes out.
Oh, dead drop.
The dead drop. It's like they just drop it in the storm drain, you know, and they come pick it up. There you go. There's your candy, boy. Have an intercom system. Well, typically I do. I have my what is it, the camera doorbell, and you can talk through it. I could I could be like, leave the bag at the door.
Take
5 feet away.
Only one candy.
Yeah, all I want. Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, because I know for me, well, right now, like technically my parents' house. And I don't know if they even, like, I know my mom already decorated inside the house, but I don't know. I highly doubt that people here are going to give candy or go trick-or-treating. But as of now, they haven't said anything if we're doing anything. Because I know, like you're saying, George, in apartments, I think in all my years of living in apartments, I've never had, not even once, have somebody come knock on the door and be like, trick-or-treat.
Yeah.
No, what you do is you go to the neighborhoods. If you lived in I remember when we lived in apartments, we would drive to the good neighborhoods and we would go get candy.
It's true, yeah. Like every time it's Halloween or I'm coming back to my apartment on Halloween, their little kids are walking back from the neighborhoods because they already yoinked all the good candies from the neighborhoods and stuff. So yeah, they don't really trick or treat in an apartment. Well, at least for mine. Like I've lived in an apartment for like the past 4 years, so like I don't know. From these past 4 years, I've never gotten people knock on my door, and I never witnessed it. So yeah.
Yeah, I remember in college I actually went to like a neighborhood and we went trick or treating. A lot of people did not want to give us candy because they were like, "You guys are old. You shouldn't be trick or treating." But it was funny. And then was that last year? Last year or 2 years ago, I think we went to a club. But it was a very expensive club. It was like $120 to get in. And you had to be dressed up. But there was 5 different dance floors. And so each dance floor had like different music. So it was pretty fun, except like it was so packed and I was wearing like this cosplay that was trying up to use in an actual convention, but it was just falling apart every time I would walk everywhere. But it was interesting, like just to see everybody. Like what I like about Halloween to me usually is it's pretty much just another like cosplay day where people dress up, and it's cool to see people dressing up. But I don't know how this year will be. I don't know if everybody's just gonna record themselves and put a video on Snapchat or on TikTok or whatever they end up using. But we'll see, I guess.
It's normie cosplay day.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually what I do is for the past 2 years I've been going downtown San Antonio, and I just like go to the bars and everyone's dressed up and it's really cool. Like it's really fun. Down the Riverwalk as well. Like everyone's like very festive and like every time I go down to the Riverwalk during like a holiday, it's always like decorated. So that's my decoration. I just go downtown and I look at all what's on the Riverwalk. And yeah, but I mean, I'm not sure I'm gonna do that this year because COVID. But I know people are gonna go do that. So I don't know. I mean, it's time will tell, right? But I'm probably not gonna do that because I want to stay safe and I want to have a clean mind that I did all what I could to mitigate the spread of this horrible disease.
Yeah, but that's pretty much all I had for Halloween. Canceled or not, we'll see what people do. Be safe. At least, hopefully, most people wear masks. That's what they usually do if you actually go trick or treating.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna step to the next topic. Stevie, what you bring for us, man?
Yeah, so probably one of the biggest gaming trends of the past couple of years has been free to play, and like with those free to play, most of those games they make their money by selling season passes or battle passes. So I wanted to say, like, are battle passes and season passes good for gaming generally? What do you guys think about them? What do you think the future of a season pass / a battle pass? Do you think most games are gonna start stepping away from like a full retail version and then just stick with a battle pass? Or yeah, I'll open it up to you guys.
Well, personally, I'm not a very big fan of the battle passes. I guess like I never use my money to actually pay for them. Even though usually you can get it and then you can use the battle pass to pay for itself again. You just have to put like a lot of time usually to be able to grind enough points to be able to buy it again. But personally, I don't really like, because I never buy them. The only thing I ever did once was actually started a GoFundMe so that people can buy me a battle pass. And I actually got $10 for the Fortnite pass. It was a very hard process to get those $10. Thanks, McRae, if you're ever listening to this. McRae was my biggest sponsor. And I was able to get it, but then I didn't play enough, I think I played enough, but I didn't like do the challenges or whatever you're supposed to do to actually get like the most money so you can actually buy it again. And so I never really did that anymore, and I haven't really done it for any other games. But in terms of the future, I mean, I guess the one thing I will say about Battle Pass is, like you said, I guess they do give us like the free to play of the game, so I think that's good because more games that are free to play, more people will play, as well as like I don't have to pay for it, so that's cool. But I think in a way, like technically for the game itself, it does help because they first pay for it and then they're like, oh, I don't have to pay for it again if I just play a ton. So like the game gets these people to keep playing, and so they keep getting like new skins or whatever they end up doing, new challenges. But in terms of the future, I don't know. I feel like that is like the right now, like how there was Blockbuster, and then they moved to Netflix. This is pretty much the Netflix of gaming right now. And then like also in terms of the game itself, inside the game, but then like outside the game they have like the Game Pass, like Xbox doing or trying to do, is going like that. But I think everybody's just trying to do like the month subscription type of things, and I think this one's gonna be on for a while. They'll keep changing whatever happens inside, or like whatever they give.
I mean, what's the point of season passes? It's to make players play the game constantly, or to have a higher retention rate for people to come back and play the game, right? So if season pass is only available if you buy, for like people that pay for it, I think that's a big no-no. I think it's better if the person can be rewarded with in-game currency for playing throughout the time, and then eventually being able to afford the season pass if they have enough like points, if they play for enough time. So that's why I really like the Call of Duty formula, because I know you could get some COD points for doing challenges, and if you continue playing it, and eventually if you play the game enough, you could get the season pass for free, and then that's self-sufficient because you could get enough points. If you complete the season pass, you could get the next season pass, and so on. So like season passes that do that are good, like good for me. Like, well, not good for me, but I think are good for gaming in general for that game. But like season passes that you do if you pay for it rather than play for it, then I think that's very harmful for the gaming community, because in my eyes they're just exploiting the user base, their own user base, mind you, and trying to get as much money as they can. Whether this is good for gaming, I'm not entirely sure. I think it's only good if the game itself is free to play, and then people are trying to spice it up by bringing different seasons for the game. Then it's okay. But if you had to pay for the game and then buy the season pass, and that's like really bad. Like they're just exploiting you at that point. They're just trying to squeeze as many pennies as they can from you.
Yeah. So one game that I think suffers because it doesn't have a season pass is Overwatch. Or a battle pass, like I have almost no reason to go play Overwatch if there isn't some kind of skin challenge or seasonal event, because I'm such a high level that I pretty much all the loot boxes that I get from experience, I just get repeats. There's no new skins, no new pretty much anything right now. Like I don't get any flair. I just cry because I'm losing my games and I have nothing to show for it. But I agree that I think the Modern Warfare battle pass is really good. That's probably the last battle pass I fully completed. The most recent one, I think the two that I've actually completed, I completed the Call of Duty battle pass recently, and then before that I completed the Destiny 2 battle pass, which was also really good. Yeah. Oh, also Fall Guys. Yeah, I did finish that one. Yeah, but that one was free. So
yeah, I was gonna say that was free.
That one's a paid game with a free battle pass, which is another model that I'm okay with. Like you have a paid game with a free battle pass, and then you sell DLC. I mean that's another great model, I think. But but those are like the three examples that I've laid out. Those are like three different things Completely. It's like when you think about COD, what do you get? You get potentially guns, potentially blueprints, which are like gun mods and stuff like that, or ways that you can use mods that you haven't unlocked yet, and also skins for your guns, and then skins for your characters. So there's a lot of benefit to that, and you get to like George said, to if you finish the battle pass, you can buy. You have enough currency to buy the next one, which is awesome. Fall Guys is completely free, and there's a progression to it, and like as you keep playing, you keep unlocking. But what happened with that was when you ran out of things to unlock, then it didn't feel as good. You know, it's like I played it a little bit after I hit level 40 in Fall Guys, and it's like, yes, I was still trying to grind to get the currency and to get the crown so that I could get the stuff from the shop, but it wasn't as satisfying as watching the numbers go up and like hitting that peak. So that was an interesting. And the last one with Destiny 2, they have a lot of in-game content like materials, because it's a RPG like that style. Like there's in-game materials that you can use to craft items. There is actual weapons. There's quests tied to the battle pass. But then there's a lot of content also tied to the battle pass, which I don't like, because it's less of a battle pass and season pass, and it's more of like an expansion, like a 2 to 3 month expansion almost, because there's a lot of content that's gated around that content, and it says like, hey, hard stop, you can't play this part of the game if you don't have the battle pass. That's kind of really off-putting, but I understand it. But also it's like, and the battle pass isn't that much, like, to be fair. It's actually only about $10 worth of in-game currency to play it. So if you think about it, if you're gonna get more content for $10 for like 3 months, that's pretty worth it. But I will say it is an immediate turnoff for people that aren't really crunching the numbers, and they're more like, why do I gotta pay for this thing, you know, to play the game that I already bought, I already spent $40-50 on, you know?
Yeah, and also season passes are grinds. Like, they are definitely a grind, and you have to spend a lot of time playing the game, doing the same shit over and over again. So yep. I know there is an audience for that they love grinding. That's why they play RuneScape and other games that are very repetitive. And there's also another audience where they hate that. They fucking don't want to do repetitive shit over and over, and they don't like grinding. So it's a double-edged sword. So I mean, it's up to the person. It's very subjective.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm one of those persons that doesn't really like to grind that much. A long time ago, I feel like I liked it more, but now I'm just like, I don't feel like doing it anymore. Like MapleStory, whenever it would take forever to freaking level up, you had to grind yourself to level 30, and that took forever. And then after a while, MapleStory made it a lot easier to get to the next level. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of doing repetitive stuff. It's also why I program. Keep it dry. Do not repeat yourself.
And lastly, what we're going to talk about is my topic. And it is, do you guys think that GameStop is a relic from the past? Or will it surge back in 2021? So I guess, in my opinion, I know that earlier this year, Game Pass, well, not earlier this year, and like for the past like 5 years, GameStop has been doing really bad in sales, and they've been losing, like, they've been having to close down stores, and they have to make different rewards, and I'm gonna be honest, like I used to hate GameStop, but GameStop was the only place as a kid that I could get reliable games for like affordable prices, because you could buy used games, you could sell your games and stuff like that. and consoles, etc. And even keyboards and mouses and stuff like that. You could do that there, but I hated it. I hated the whole like their business model, because you, like, let's say you paid like $60 game and you didn't like it, and then you go return it. They're like, oh yeah, you get store credit for like $5. And like I was like, bro, I just bought this yesterday, and I literally just BP touch it, and that's it. That's all I did. And now it's $5. Okay, bro, it's like worse than a car driving it off the lot. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's become a meme at this point, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty much like, oh, get that. But I mean, people have just stolen GameStop's thunder on every front, you know. But they've somehow survived all this time. Like, I remember, like, when game trade-ins were really big. I think I was working at Best Buy at the time, and we started game trade-ins. And I remember, like, our game trade-ins were always better than GameStop's game trade-ins. So it was like come over here and trade in your games. And then so yeah, I mean, they've had to pivot so many times. I mean, the biggest thing right now is nobody's buying discs anymore for anything. Physical media is going away in general. I'm still a fan of physical media, specifically like movies. Games, not so much, because it is a hassle to like go and fetch a game or whatever. But I think the main reason why I haven't switched over to digital media fully on like movies and stuff is because I haven't really found like that Steam for movies, you know, that place where I can just have everything, watch it like anywhere. I know there's a couple services like Vudu out there, which I've been looking into. And then also my fiance loves physical media too. So it's like I think I have my collection somewhere in here. But yeah, I mean, back to the point. I think GameStop has been around for a long time, and I feel like they've always found a way to adapt somehow. Like, they're not dumb, but also like it is a dying breed. Like people aren't leaving their houses to go get a game anymore when they can when it's like one click away. You know, you have to really like sell it, you know, like I don't think they even make money on games anymore. I think that they're probably taking a loss on games and trying to sell people on accessories and like
Hardware.
Funkos, yeah, hardware, just anything else other than games, because I know for a fact that games are really low really low margins. Like, you're only making like dollars and cents on every game sold as a retailer, versus, you know, like on a HDMI cable you're probably making 90% margin, so making a lot more money. So I don't know, I think GameStop can adapt. I know one of the things that I've read is that somebody on Reddit and a couple other sites have found that GameStop recently added a PC hardware page to their website, and it had listed some like Corsair and other PC gaming parts listed as coming soon. So that's actually a really good market, because for people who build PCs, I mean, right now it's like, yeah, like you're kind of going by the trends and looking at everything online, but there's very few places you can go and physically get like PC hardware today, like the good PC hardware. Like I know Best Buy has some PC hardware and they've been getting better at it, but like if I went to go look for a mouse that I really want, like 9 times out of 10 they're just gonna have like the like business mouses, the ones not for gaming, whereas GameStop has the potential to have all of the gaming mice brands, you know, your Corsairs, your Logitechs, your HyperX, you're like all of them all in one place, and that's actually really good. And you can like just sit and compare or whatever, and have sales and do whatever. So there's potential there. I think that's a big market. I know there's a lot of places that sell. There's like places that don't exist here in San Antonio, but I know that exists like in California and stuff that do a lot of that. But GameStop could potentially be that place. So that would be interesting to see.
Yeah, it's definitely really interesting that what you just said right there. Because I mean, I don't know if they're also like planning on doing like pre-builds or things like that, or like informing people of what are good actual like pieces to buy for computers. Because like a lot of gamers right now, or a lot of like the GameStop people, I think are like console people. But I feel like a lot of those people are also like slowly becoming computer like pretty much computer gamers, right? Desktop. But a lot of them don't know what is a good computer. So they go online, they go buy a pre-made somewhere, or they'll ask their friends that maybe they'll have some friends that actually make their own computers. So they'll ask them there. So I think they could be a very big like thing for them to start like dabbing in that space and trying to help other gamers get into the PC world. But without that, personally, like I said, I honestly want to give them like a thumbs up on how well they adapt to everything they've done. I feel like every time they were always struggling somehow, but they always came back with some different strategy to make it seem like, oh, we still got this, or like, oh, let me try this. And they were really good at doing that. But just like right now, I mean, you saw the PlayStation has like two versions of it. The PlayStation 5 is gonna have one that's allows you to have a CD and one without it. So that just goes to show that we're moving into a realm where like physical CDs are going away, especially because if you really think about it, let's say you buy any game, right? Then they release a battle pass to it or whatever. That means that whenever they update like next month, there's gonna have to be a download. So sure, you might have your first 100 gigs or whatever. I don't know, it depends how much they want to put in that CD. But then like every month after that, you're gonna have to download more and more. And depending, they either keep it there so it just accumulates on the space, or removes it. So you still need more disk space at that point, and the actual CD doesn't do much at that point. All you do is have a collectible box, I guess. Which, like I said, some people are really into that. Personally, I like everything digital because I feel like things just end up taking space at this point. And then I'm like trying to move, and I also have a lot. Well, I don't have as many pops as you do, but I have a lot of pops when I have a lot of board games. And whenever I want to move those, oh boy, it's just like so annoying work to get them all in a box or like carry them carefully. So yeah, I know how that goes, and I feel like even right now, my mom never threw them away, but we still have like the Xbox 360 games somewhere in like a cube somewhere. But they're not like, people don't really want them anymore. And some people are still into like the buying the used thing. But like I said, I feel like it's slowly going away. And then I feel like everybody's just downloading now and installing online. And most games are like that too, because like I said, it's pretty much just the updates are crazy at this point. There's too much to just buy them like physically. But I guess if they do move into this and they do a good job with it, maybe they can stay alive. But I know they're pretty much dying everywhere. I feel like all the GameStops are closing. I went to a GameStop maybe like, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5, maybe no, like 6 months ago or something like that, and it was very empty. I mean, they have like, essentially, I think they have like a geek section where they have like pops, they have like anime things, they have like board games in there too. So they have like those type of things too. They're just trying out different ways to also get other people to buy things, but they still have all the games in the systems. But I think the systems are probably the only thing that sells. They get their most sales on probably, but there's a lot of other places where you can buy them too. So I don't know. Unless they keep trying new things, I don't think they're gonna stay afloat.
I totally agree that I feel that console players are slowly transitioning to PC gaming. So like Even though they may be against it at the beginning, they're slowly transitioning to it. And since they're new to PC gaming, then they don't know where to go. So this could be potentially a good step for GameStop, but I think it's too little, too late, because I mean they're already going down under. Like from outside looking in, it looks their business model seems like they're in panic mode, and but yeah, like also like there's this might be unrelated, but no, this is not unrelated. I was gonna say that people are building PCs and they don't know what to do. I saw this little ad space in the Streamers of Laredo. That's a Facebook group, and it was this guy saying that he would tell you what parts to pick, and like but all you have to do is pay him like $20 to $50, and he'll give you like a pre-built what he thinks is a good like PC build. And like I don't know, I thought that was very basal for people that didn't know PC stuff. So in that same post, I don't know whether this was a good thing or bad thing. I just posted PC Picker, because those are all like actual pre-built or not pre-built people that built their own, and they have like a forums and stuff like that where people actually talk about like different stuff. And like I don't know, this random Bilal, he looks like a kid. Like what's his expertise? Like he doesn't have any like backup. Like I don't know. Like so I don't know whether that was pasal what I did or what he was doing was pasal, but I just posted it, and then sure enough, like an hour later, he deleted the post, like his own post. He's like, I don't know, like he was just trying to scam people. But yeah, I digress. But yeah, like GameStop is to me is a relic, and like even this year there's some modern like controversy, because like when everything was shutting down, they wanted to stay up because they were assuming that they were essential business. So like they were staying up, and everyone was like, shut down GameStop, you stupid. Like you could do everything you could do online, so why are you even online, or why are you even open? And eventually the people that run GameStop just kneeled, and they're like, okay, fine, we'll close down the stores. And yeah, so that business model has always been changing, and I feel like this is it's too little too late. They're gonna be gone. I think they're like the next blockbusters. They're gone.
I think if they really want to stay afloat, and I think they can do it, but what they gotta do, they gotta fucking revamp their website. Their website is straight garbage. Like I don't know if you've ever tried to buy something online from them, but it is really bad. Like their whole, it's outdated and slow, and like just it's very hard to find things and to know like what's in there and what's not. Like they have almost all of their inventory listed online, but most of it is like sold out, but it says like, oh, buy in store, and then like so you can't buy hardly anything that's on their website, especially for like Funko Pops, like because I used to look at Funko Pops there all the time, and they would show it online as not sold out, but it's like, oh, it's available in store, and so you have to search for your store to see if it's available. And yeah, it's just inconvenient, but I think that's a big thing, like especially with like PC parts. If they had GameStop on PC part picker with like, oh, GameStop has a good deal on this part, guess what, that's sales for GameStop. So it's like I think that if they invested some more space or more money in digital e-commerce and less in building physical like locations and stores, then yeah, I think they could potentially like stop some of the bleeding that's going on there.
I guess I can agree with you that it could potentially stop the bleeding, but I think they're already dead. Like they have like they bled out a long time ago, and it's just the remnants.
That's like a dead gym.
But because like look, like all those like Corsair and Razer and all that stuff, like they could have, I mean, it had the potential that they could make brand deals with GameStop and stuff like that, and it could be exclusively only in GameStop. But they didn't take that route, and now you could buy that stuff on Best Buy or Target or something. Like they, I mean, if it comes to like those brands, like what would they rather make a deal with? Best Buy or GameStop. Like GameStop's already like going out of business. It seems to everyone in the world. But yeah, that's my 2 cents. Obviously, I could be wrong, but I don't know. Okay, well, what do you guys think in the listening? If you guys have any rhetoric towards our dumb conversation, because we know stuff, but we don't know everything. We can be wrong. But yeah, if you have anything you want to chime into the conversation, make sure to leave a comment and we'll read it and we'll get back to you. But that's going to be it for this podcast. Make sure to watch our live streams at twitch.tv/SavePoint_TV. We stream from Wednesday through Sunday. And yeah, that's it for this podcast. We'll see you guys at the next save point. See you later.
Bye.